And nobody ever bothers to stand up and say, why? What are we doing this for? You just look at what's happening in Africa. Niger decided they'd had enough of their French overlords. The French retained ownership of virtually 50% of everything of value in their colonies in Afrique du Nord. Now, that's French business. Whatever the French want to do, it's fine with me. But my point is, we're involved there because we built an airstrip in Niger and we marched in there to defeat Islamists. The truth is, there weren't very many Islamists until we showed up. Now there are lots of Islamists. What's wrong with that picture? And now it turns out the whole population, in addition to hating the French, has decided they hate us. So we've had a coup in Niger. It's now being backed by the Algerians, as well as the neighbors. And people are saying, well, we trained them. We gave them assistance, and they're turning on us. Oh, it must be the Wagner mercenaries. There aren't any Wagner mercenaries in the place. In other words, that we may have gone in there and blown it on our own, made mistakes of our own, backed the wrong horse, whatever you want to call it, doesn't occur to anybody. Well, it must be those Russians, or maybe those pesky Chinese. We have this unfortunate habit of seeing ourselves as always wearing the white hat, always doing everything right, and we miss the truth. And the truth is, soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines do what they're told. They'll go wherever you ask them to go. They'll put their lives on the line. But it doesn't always make sense. And sometimes it may be for profit, not for national interest, not for the interests of the American people. And that's the problem. And no one's been watching this thing. They see the flag, everybody salutes, everybody listens to the music, everyone's enthralled. But the old 500 horsepower engine is gone. We're down to 100 horsepower. And the 100 horsepower engine is trying to make it all over the world. It's not going very well.
So guys, welcome back to the channel where a united Africa is an undisputed Africa. Welcome, it's WSXM as I always don't know. Tell a friend, tell a friend, like, share, comment, and subscribe. So anyway, so here Tucker Carlson was interviewing this foreign affairs American politician, and he was basically saying what we all know, but this is first time you have someone in the government admitting to this, where they said that the issue in Niger. Remember, America has an airstrip in Niger. Why do you need an airstrip in Niger? We're not at war with African countries, so why do you need an airstrip and a base with over 150 soldiers currently based there? And what they say that America said that they came to help with extremists, Islamic people, terrorist groups, right? But yet when they went there, they was not there. Now the Americans are there. It's overrun with Islamists. Notice this, before going further. Everywhere America go to fight Islamists, what happened? When they dethroned Saddam Hussein, before Saddam Hussein was dethroned, there was no extremist problem in that part of the world. Depose him, what happened? Boom, peace overrun. Libya was very secure country, very modern, well-rich, and everything. They deposed, well not deposed, I'm using deposed as a nice word, but they assassinated these presidents. They killed Gaddafi. What happened? The country become into turmoil, Islamists running rampant. Afghanistan, you name it, everywhere they go, Iraq, there's an explosion of Islamists. So there are sad things happening in Niger, where you see these Boko Haram groups, and these groups are kidnapping school kids and kidnapping women and kids. These things happen when time America put their foot in these countries trying to make a stronghold so that they bring democracy. They always bring a bag of problem, a bag of drama with them. Always. I don't understand why countries are allowing Americans to build bases or have airstrips or in their countries, especially in Africa. But they get to the other country anyway. So this is what he's saying. America went there and make a lot of mistakes because America, I can say they're the white hats, they're the ones that the good ones, there's the democratic ones, they're the moral ones. But they cause havoc and reap havoc everywhere they go because, again, they need resources and they're only there to protect the resources, just like the French. That's why they kick the French out and then the Americans, I hope they kick the Americans out as well. So this is proof that the Americans, they know what they're doing when they enter these African countries and have bases and build airstrip. They built one in Botswana recently and Julius Malema was saying the same thing. Why do America need an airstrip in Botswana? They can attack any African countries directly from Botswana within 2 minutes. So we can't go to work at all over the continent, so we need to get rid of them one by one base at a time, gradually. And also, don't forget, Americans and the French instigate a lot of coups on the continent and assassinated a lot of good presidents. Like even in Burkina Faso, we have the coup. President Shakara was a great president, but who did? The French went and assassinated him, and they put in their own president, and he ruled for the next 3 decades. Notice it, when every time you have a coup that's backed by the Americans or by the French, you never hear about democracy. But as soon as there's an authentic coup that kick them out, all of a sudden they want democracy to return, and they want to return the president because what the president they are fighting for is one of their own. But these countries, Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, Algeria, and now Niger, these countries are showing, exposing these countries to the world, the French and the Americans, showing that the sole purpose of being here is not for the good of African countries, because the French owns 50% of everything in Niger. 50%. And even what out of the 50% that's leave back for the country, they still getting a percentage of that as well. So basically they own the place. And that's why the people, the citizens, are backing the coup leaders up to the day, because they realize that the French is not there to save or help them, it's there to put them into poverty. And there's a professor who said this term a while back, that African countries are not poor, but French, the Germans, the Americans, the West, EU, they cannot allow African countries to realize their potential or to unite, because if they do, they realize that they are not needed. And that's the fear that's growing into these countries' head right now. If these countries unite, we have no control. That's why Burkina Faso, Mali, and Algeria is back in Niger. And then that in itself, now you see, they would have attacked Niger if it wasn't for Burkina Faso, Mali, and Algeria, and Guinea. If it wasn't for the unification of these 4 countries, because Burkina Faso, Mali, Guinea, they send over planes, soldiers, fighter jets, and helicopters to Niger to help defend. And if this wasn't the case, they'd have overrun Niger a long time ago. But because of the unity and the strength of the unity, that's why they have backed off from attacking. I said that to say this: the more we unite, the less power the Europeans have, and that's why they are also fighting against Julius Malema. That's to take it a little bit left, but he's uniting the country, South Africa, and they don't want that, because that's why they are taking him to court again over this stupid song, Kill the Poor, Kill the Farmer. But anyway, that's why I did a video on this already, so you can go on my channel and check it out, where they are fighting against Julius Malema, because he's gaining popularity, he's gaining power, and he's gaining what he's saying. People are connecting with it. So anyway, back to the Niger situation. So for all of you, the more videos you watch of Niger and the more support you give to Niger, the less likely ECOWAS can attack Niger. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section. If you think my analysis is on point, or I'm just talking for talking sake. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Either way, don't know. Boom.